Looking to play the role of spoiler, riding in hot the Los Angeles Dodgers on Fox Sports Arizona tonight. It is the Dodgers with aspirations of October going head-to-head with the Arizona Diamondbacks. All the action this evening again on Fox Sports Arizona. And other folks, welcome back to the ballpark. My name is Darren Sutton. By now, you know him very well. He is Mark Grace. And certainly, for these Diamondbacks, when you look ahead, they have 15 games remaining against teams that matter. They have a chance to play the role of spoiler. The Dodgers, we'll talk about them in just a moment. They have other things in mind. Let's talk about tonight's pitching matchup. Because Billy Buckner, we know this. He has been effective on occasion. It just hasn't been here at home. He has struggled mightily. And, of course, Chad Billingsley may be pitching game 1 or 2 in the postseason for L.A.
Yeah, Billy Buckner now in his short major league career, this is going to be the third time now this year that he's faced the Los Angeles Dodgers, and pretty decent results, Darren. His last time in Dodger Stadium, 6 innings, there was mixed results. He ended up giving up 4 runs in those 6 innings, but overall I thought he threw the ball very well. Chad Billingsley, on the other hand, it was mixed results as well. He was perfect through 5 innings, and then one big shot was all it took to get Chad Billingsley a loss in Dodger Stadium, and that came off the bat of Brandon Allen.
And there it was. And, of course, when you talk about Billingsley, the Dodgers have had kind of a rotating ace going. There was a time earlier this year when Chad Billingsley fit that role. We'll see how big he pitches in October. Speaking of October, we talked about the Diamondbacks. Their road travel still against Los Angeles and Colorado and San Francisco. Let's take a look at the big picture. And, of course, you can see what is remaining for all of these clubs. Obviously, one of these clubs probably will win the wild card as well.
Now, you would think so. San Francisco, a big advantage there with 15 home games remaining. And you know, Darren, what a tough place that is to win. And that is the home park for San Francisco. Los Angeles, on the other hand, you got to love their chances. First and foremost, they have a 3.5-game lead, and they really play nobody down the stretch with a winning record.
All right, going to be an interesting discussion. When we come back, we're going to talk about first base. As we look ahead, Mark McClune will help you make the decision, and you will vote on it tonight. It's very interesting, though, as we take a look at all these names. Is there anyone missing looking ahead to next year? I don't know. Help us out. The ball game's after that. power partner of the Diamondbacks, and by Southwest Airlines. They're ready when you are. Go to southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on.
And welcome back to the ballpark. Mark McClune with you. The Diamond Club getting set for Game 2 of the series in the homestand for the Arizona Diamondbacks, taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers tonight. Chad Billingsley takes on Billy Buckner. Now, in 12 years of franchise history with the Arizona Diamondbacks, first base has always seemed to be the place of the most competition during spring training. And once again, heading into next spring, the question looms, who's on first? Who is going to be on first? Here are your three candidates. Chad Tracy, 57 starts this season. Connor Jackson, just the sixth, but of course he was playing left field and he missed most of the season with Valley Fever. And the rookie Brandon Allen, who has come up and had the 13 starts. All three guys are heading into spring training wanting that job. The question, though, will Chad Tracy be back? We shall see in the offseason, but we want to know. Text your vote to 36929. Is it Chad Tracy, Connor Jackson, Brandon Allen, or D, none of the above? We'll keep you updated during the game and show the final results tonight on the post-game show, Quest Diamondbacks Live. But when we come back, it's Big League Baseball from downtown Phoenix. Billy Buckner takes them out against Chad Billingsley. Diamondbacks try to turn things around and change their luck and maybe play a little spoiler against their rivals in Dodger Blue. Darren Sutton and Mark Grace have the call next.
Team, not a regular season team, an October team. With that in mind, let's take a look at the starting lineup. It's brought to you by Blimpie. Rafael Furcal, Matt Kemp, Andre Ethier. Manny Ramirez homered yesterday. James Loney, Ronnie Belliard did as well. Loney right behind him homered too. Orlando Hudson, Russell Martin, and Chad Billingsley. 26-year-old right-hander William Jennings Butler, born in Decatur, Georgia. This year he is 2-6 with an 8.29. Now, we talked about this in the open. At home, he's 0-4, an ERA over 14. On the road, he's 2-2. His ERA is 3.20. Like John Garland on a much bigger picture, erase that. He's got to do it, too, if he wants to stay here, if he wants to pitch again in 5 days.
Yeah, if he wants to pitch for the Arizona Diamondbacks, he's going to have to learn how to pitch better here at Chase Field, Darren. What better way than to face the first-place Dodgers and show your stuff.
He is a ground ball pitcher when he is on, and he can roll up a double play to get him out of a jam. So far, a young Upton. We hope will be observers as Reynolds, Drew, Ojeda, and Allen will be busy if he is right. Miguel Montero is the battery mate with right-hander Billy Buckner. I'm glad to have you with us this evening. Trust you're Labor Day weekend was a good one. We are underway. 1-0 the counter for call. And on behalf of Mark and I and Mark McClune as well, thanks for inviting us into your home this evening. Right down the middle, little sink on it. 1-1 the count.
We saw Furcal do that yesterday and ended up smacking it over the top of Mark Reynolds' head for a double. This time he just took it.
Bouncing ball past Allen. Racing on around is Furcal. No chance there. Furcal's wheels don't turn like they used to. But Furcal is on now. Not as much a threat to steal a base, but a threat to move around the bases with good speed and honestly, distracting pitchers.
And the threat to bunt pulls Brandon Allen in just enough to swat it by him. Allen gets a glove on it, but he can't make the play.
Furcal has 6 stolen bases this year. Per 162 games in the big leagues, he has 34. So that number has gone down. Injuries have hampered him the last couple of years. Here's Matt Kemp. Injuries haven't hampered him at all this year.
Not at all. He has had a marvelous 09.
Over the inside, it's a strike.
And the more we watch Matt Kemp, boy, the more it is, the easier it is just to fall in love with the kind of player he is.
We talked with him. You heard him on the air in Los Angeles, folks, and people are falling in love with the kind of guy he is as well. That pitch down and away. That may be the cut fastball that he added to the repertoire in the minor leagues. The curveball a little bit slower, and he gets good tilt on that pitch. He was sent down to the minor leagues, and we told you the numbers. I mean, an ERA in the 7s and in the 8s. And he decided, I better work on something. I better make some changes. And brought back the cut fastball with him. That one dives away. 2-1 the count.
It's nice to have the cut fastball, but you got to be able to locate it, and he's missed both times, low and away.
It's a big key. There's no doubt about it. As we saw a pitcher like Max Scherzer. For now, a lot higher on the depth chart than Billy Buckner. Adjust that slider. Pitch runs in. And to take it out into a game against a major league team, no matter if you're Max or Billy, I give both those guys a lot of credit. There's Max. Gave up a homer. He was fair. He gave up a homer with a fastball, a changeup, and a slider yesterday. 2-2 the count. Kemp has been rolling on the road since July the 5th. 357 away from Dodger Stadium. And Furcal is driven back to the bag. That's the 4th best clip in that time in the National League. Oklahoma boy. Midwest Oklahoma, Midwest City, Oklahoma. Same region, same high school that produced A.J. Hinch a couple years back, obviously. Very concerned about Furcal. This is what we talk about. He's not a base stealer anymore. We just gave you the numbers. Not like he used to be, but yet he has Buckner splitting his mind already. Hot shot. A pitch up, and it's down the line and foul.
Yeah, Buckner got away with a hanging breaking ball there. Matt Kemp smoked it, but he was a little quick and pulled it just foul. Watch how quick that bat just gets through the zone. Strong young man.
Matt due for his last 23. But has handled the Diamondbacks this year in a year in which he has set career best in average, on base percentage, and slugging percentage. Oh my, left up in the zone, and it's driven. Deep left center field. That looked like a cut fastball up. If not, it was a hanging breaking ball. Bottom line is this: he's lucky that the outfielder was there to make the play and not a fan.
Yeah, that's back-to-back pitches above the belt. And let's take a look. See, Darren, what do you think that is? I think that might have been that cutter you're talking about. And boy, that thing was left letter high. Matt Kemp, a millimeter under it. But it's not a mistake if you get away with it. Well, yeah, it is.
Here's Andre Ethier. Bouncing ball, and it's a foul ball. Manny Ramirez waits on deck. There he is. He was none too pleased yesterday, Gracie.
I know. He was ejected after he struck out against Max Scherzer. Doug Eddings, he's now the third base umpire, gave him the old heave-ho. So Manny Wood became a snap throw over to first base safely. Getting back was for a call. I like to see that from Montero. Give those base runners a little something to think about. From the knee, a nice throw back there. For a call just back in.
You like to run that play when you were a first baseman?
Oh, yeah. Try to get a free out without throwing a pitch.
You talk about for call, 6 stolen bases this year, 8 last year, 25 the year before. In 06, 37, and in 05, 46.
Back injuries have gotten for a call, as well as hamstrings. Dare I say, is he starting to get a little bit older?
Yes, he is.
There's a beautiful fastball, knee high on the outside corner, 1-2.
Buckner's big point of contention heading into this start, according to Mel Stottlemyre Jr., was what you just saw right there. That's the positive side. It's not finishing, not following through, wanting to actually see the movement on your pitches, but then they stay up. As that one is wasted up. I'm not a fan of him wasting any pitch up in the zone.
Well, especially, you can do that if you throw in the mid-90s. You can live up in the zone and get a lot of pop-ups and swings and misses. But if you throw in the 80s, boy, that's a fine line and a dangerous line. Up around belt high or above.
We used to watch John Garland do that. That one bounces in there, and you wondered why.
And Hall of Famer and former coach of mine, Billy Williams, the sweet swinging one. He used to call them, he said, those balls come in there fence high. That slider came in there fence high. Fence high is right around the belt or above.
It's been a big second half for Ethier, tied into, of course, the return of Manny Ramirez, who waits on deck. Did he on a good curveball? 3-2 the count. He made a pitch there. That was a solid take.
Let's take a look. See, Doug Eddings. Did he go? Well, it's close, but he checked it. Ethier's using a black bat, and we've talked to umpires before, Darren. They say that is the toughest call that they have, is trying to call the check swing when the hitter is using a black bat. They say it's very difficult to see.
Runner goes, protecting, lifts that good fastball into the seats.
Very good pitch there from Buckner. Nice job by Ethier just to stay alive.
Ethier this year, 3 homers against Diamondbacks pitching. 10 runs batted in 16 games. Were you April of 1982 here in Phoenix when this man was born in the Valley? That one is lifted into the gap in the left center field. For calls out front of the pack, Ethier right behind. The Los Angeles Dodgers lead the Diamondbacks by a score of 1-0. Andre Ethier has 93 RBIs this year.
Remember that pitch, Darren? Ethier just did a great job just to swat it foul. It was a pitcher's pitch. Well, he finally got something he can handle. And he drills it into the left center gap. And just like that, Los Angeles up 1-0. It doesn't take him long, does it?
Doesn't take him long at all. And this is an offense that went right, especially with the younger pitcher who has that guy in the on-deck circle. The speedy one on base, all your mind facing all kinds of things besides the batter in the box.
That's exactly right.
That's a cut fastball that misses low. 1-0 the count to Manny Ramirez.
And Billy Buckner knows that Manny Ramirez is 3 for 5 lifetime with 2 long balls.
$17 homers this year, 52 batted in, a little more quiet in September. Good looking curveball. 1-1 the count. And you think about Buckner, and you forecast. All right, what would he have to do to be able to stick and stay? Pitch like that, first pitch curveball, that changes everything. If you're able to get it over, now that was on 1-0, but you're able to get that over consistently, keep that fastball down, I think you grow a little bit, then you add from there. That pitch there, fastball down, buried it in, and again Gracie had enough movement. He started it right down Broadway, but it was after the breaking ball, and a good one.
And he challenged Manny Ramirez. As you said, I think it was the pitch selection more than the location, Darren. If you look, you can see Montero wants it in. Ooh, boy, that went to the middle of the plate.
Oh.
I think that was more than Billy got fortunate.
Wow.
But as you said, it was right after a curveball that probably had Ramirez thinking that. So it was not so much the location, but just the pitch choice that got the out for him.
He didn't get it as far in as he wanted to. That would have even made it more effective. Pitch dives down and away. Change up there to Loney. 1-0 the count. Loney 10 homers, 78 batted in. An on-base percentage of .353. Not slugging it this year like he has in the past. Not hitting the Diamondbacks this year like he has in the past. Fly ball into center field. Couple of pitches Mr. Buckner might have gotten away with, but he keeps it at 1-0. Angeles Dodgers. There's Mr. Loney. There's Mr. Hinch. And here's a look at his starting lineup. Brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Stephen Drew, Gerardo Parra leading all National League rookies in RBIs. Justin Upton, Mark Reynolds, Miguel Montero. It's Young, Allen, Ojeda, and Billy Buck. Chad Billingsley goes to work, making start number 29 on the year. He's 12-9 with a 3.86 ERA.
Still a guy with great stuff, Darren. He's lost his last 3 starts. Bit of tough luck. But they need this guy down the stretch. They need him to get hot.
And you kind of figure that they'll have him with the way that he has bounced around. He was their ace for a while. If you talk about early summertime, and a guy that certainly could be counted on. His last 10 starts is where he's struggled. Not only has he had some bad luck, he's had some poor outings. Maybe the Dodgers hope he saved the best for last.
Tell you what, if he's going to get a wide zone from home plate umpire Brian Knight like the last pitch, he's in good shape tonight.
Stephen Drew fights it off. A pitch that was up. So Drew with the base hit. Stephen hitting just .218 his last 30 games. This will help.
You talk about wasting it up, Darren, above the belt. That's an 0-2 pitch. Billingsley tries to waste it up. That's just a danger zone. That was 91 miles an hour. That's just dangerous to do. If you ask me, that's a poor 0-2 pitch. That's way too hittable for a hitter with the capabilities of Stephen Drew.
Now, if you want to come further in, that's fine. You want to make him tap dance out of there?
Yeah, but just above the belt, middle in, for me, that's not a good 0-2 pitch.
Gerardo Parra. That one spikes into the dirt. 1-0 the count.
Nice play there by Russell Martin. Hey, we're going to have a meeting on the mound, Darren.
So Russell will head out, have a chit-chat. Martin is letting Billingsley know that this is the defense behind you. We'll use them. It's Ramirez, it's Kemp, it's Ethier. And then, of course, Ronnie Belliard, friend of the show, Furcal, Hudson, and Loney. With Russell Martin behind home plate. Not as much.
And Orlando Hudson, friend of everybody.
Yeah, he is everyone's friend. We tend to gravitate these days towards Ronnie Belliard, though. Into left center field, trying to spray that back. They just did. Laying it on the backhand there is Kemp. And a very athletic play by Matt Kemp. A double without an RBI for Parra because of that man. Goodness. Good piece of hitting, though. Don't want to overlook that.
For Gerardo Parra. This time it's him to get a fastball in the middle of the plate and up. And he plugs it right just inside the gap there. And as you said, look at the athletic play that you talked about from Matt Kemp. Grabs it and on the run gets it back in to keep Stephen Drew at third base. But Justin Upton got to be loving life because the first two guys in front of him have more than done their job.
72 runs batted in for Justin. Of course, included missing a couple of weeks with the side injury, the oblique injury. On base of 375 and slugging 552. So an on base plus slug of well over 900. And he's 22 years old. Just turned. It's funny when you think about 22. You know, you go out and see a college baseball game, you see some seniors that are 22 years old. And yet Justin, I would imagine, to the Dodgers and the Rockies and the Giants, seems like kind of an older man in the sea in this division. Yeah. Maybe outside of the division, not as much, but within this division.
He kind of dropped down almost 3/4 and threw something different. Watch the arm angle. That's kind of sidearm for Billings. You can see it even fool Russell Martin a little bit.
I don't know if he meant for that to happen. The 2-1. It's fun to watch. As you can see Billingsley this last time, this is more the classic delivery.
Yeah, that's dropping and driving and 95 upstairs.
You know, and you watch guys pitch to Todd Helton in this division, to Manny Ramirez in this division. You see Drew and Parra are on. As Upton, fly ball right field. Ethier makes the play. The throw will go behind at third. And a run batted in for Justin Upton. Ties it right back up. A little bit of little ball there after the single and the double. Jay up 73 RBI.
You can't ask for anything more there from an out than Justin Upton just delivered. A long fly ball to right. Get him over and get him in. That's exactly what the Diamondbacks did. Very nice job there by Justin Upton. Now he sets up Mark Reynolds, who's got to be licking his chops now.
So Mark, 92 runs batted in. Gives it a ride, right field, going back as Ethier, still going back to the track. He is there. Well, driving another run. Mark with 93 RBIs in the year, and the Diamondbacks lead it 2-1.
Nicely done there by Mark Reynolds, right behind Upton. So the boys in the middle of the lineup, Darren and I like to call it Damage Incorporated. Come up with sacrifice flies. That's easy for me to say. We'll take a 2-1 lead. Good stuff. Good fundamental baseball, Darren.
Very good stuff. Going to hit the ball to the outfield. You know, driving those runs, but swing hard. Drive it out there to the outfield. Don't be dropping down little bunts, move people around. The key to the game, drive it into the gap. Arrowhead, Brown and Superstition Springs Chevy dealers.
Well, I know for a fact that one's all you, isn't it?
No, that's Josh Waltrip.
Is it?
On D-Backs booth on Twitter. Josh paying attention, viewing. Way to go, Josh. No more bunts this year.
Ever.
Except for maybe
Pitchers
and struggling hitters. Like if Chris Young goes back into a funk like he had, the occasional bunt hits, nothing wrong with that.
Drive it together. That's one of the better keys to the game I've heard all year.
Now it applies to Chris now. The way he's going, getting some confidence back.
Last 2 days he's been driving it over the gap.
So that's your key to the game, folks. Josh Waltrip, Darren Sutton, Mark Grace, make it clear. Drive it in the gap. Dropping down little soft bunts. Mark Reynolds.
Let her rip.
Like that. Even though he's jammed, he'll take it. Miggy not looking to surprise the defense. He's looking to drive it. Speaking of driving, and I mean driving it, this man, 7 for his last 15, and 4 of them have been home runs the last couple of days.
He has been feasting on fastballs and middle end. He's seen 4 of them the last 2 days, and he's hit 4 long balls.
It's interesting, that bat staying in the zone a little bit longer.
A little bit longer. Chris trying desperately to salvage something out of the year. And I would imagine because the Dodgers aren't in first place because they're dumb, Darren.
Right.
They've probably been watching Chris Young feast on fastballs middle end. I'd be surprised if he sees any tonight. Anything he's going to see in is going to be off the plate in, I would imagine.
That's a curveball, and it's popped up. He made 2 good pitches, a cutter and a curveball. As you said, not going to let him drive it in the gap. But the boys with some base runners on, we're looking to drive in those runs. Not a little easy swing, nothing like that. Josh Waltrip likes to say to all of you at home watching on Fox Sports. Dealers in the valley. Arrowhead, Brown and Brown, and Superstition Springs and by. Triple hops brewed middle night. Great taste. Less filling. Every Friday night at the Buffalo Chip. Fun is had by all. And certainly that was a couple of weeks ago. We had our truck up there. We were shooting Mac live feeds. And that one is low to Ronnie Belliard.
That's fun as long as I'm not
You're
on
watching.
the bull. Yes.
You're eating some good barbecue.
Exactly.
A couple of cold beverages. That pitch just a little bit low. 2-0 the count to Ronnie Belliard. Belliard saw his early playing days take an interesting turn. He was thought for the longest time when the Brewers were not the Brewers of last year in a more successful franchise. In 2002 he hit .211 in Milwaukee and was moved out of town. Well, he's been hitting in many ways, shapes, and forms, and playing many positions ever since. Since he hit .211 in 02, and he's bounced around, as you well know, Washington and St. Louis, Cleveland and Colorado. But since that .211 season, he has hit .280 in his career since that occurred.
Serviceable player. He's a guy that can play anywhere on the infield for you and play it well. He's been known to have good Septembers and Octobers, Darren.
That meant that Ned Colletti made a phone call, didn't it?
Yes.
You know, you do your homework. It's a position that every general manager, and Josh Burns hopes to be there again very soon, wants to be in, adding pieces like this. You know you're in good shape when you're looking to get Ronnie Belliard. And that's no insult to Ronnie Belliard. But he's a piece. He's an addition.
He can spell Casey Blake, the everyday third baseman.
That man's an addition. John Garland.
Yeah.
They have had other pitchers. You put together their 4s and 5s. They've done a nice job. They wanted something a little deeper with regard to experience. But you're right about Ronnie. Play just about anyone. The 2-2.
Oh, big.
That was a curveball and a dandy.
Nothing hanging there. That was a beautiful breaking ball for strike 3.
Orlando Hudson digging out his spot. He was chit-chatting with all his old teammates before batting practice today. And the man at third, Mark Reynolds, he cheats in right at the cut of the grass and remembers all the times that he rode on the media bus thanks to Orlando Hudson.
Yeah, he was sentenced to ride with us a few times, wasn't he, Darren?
I should call it the staff bus. It's coaches, trainers, and broadcasters and such, but Mark was with us a lot. Broken bat, trying to take a hit away from him. Stephen Rue. Well, the two come back together in another way. Reynolds with the diving attempt, a bat that shatters, another one of those dangerous maple bats.
And thank goodness Billy Buckner didn't get hurt by that shattered bat. Look out, Billy. Boy, at the end of the day, what a great effort from Stephen Drew. Really nowhere close to getting Orlando Hudson, but boy, he showed me some range and some arm there.
By the way, the 3 great features that Gracie was a part of and our production crew about the maple bats and how to make the fans and the players safer and the concepts and the ideas. It's now on Fox Sports Arizona's Facebook page. So go ahead, check it out, get online.
You're going to like it.
And a lot of great work done. Gracie was really proud of all of you guys. Kind of watching this one as an outsider, boy, was it fun to watch. A lot of fabulous work as that one is in, and Martin tap dances out of the way. Don't forget, Martin was hit right between the 5 and the 5 yesterday by Max Scherzer, and he was none too pleased. After the game, he said, well, I don't think by looking at his face and his expressions he had any intention, so I'll move on. And by the way, Max was immediately warned, so the Dodgers could do nothing about it anyway. 1-2.
Went right back in there again, this time for a strike. There's nothing wrong with pitching inside. Nah, nobody likes to get hit, especially when you throw as hard as Max Scherzer. It hurts. Doesn't feel good.
One and two, the count. Snap throw. Just back in time. There was a curveball that missed. 2-2. You talk about Martin, why maybe the second half as we see this throw again. Have been tougher throughout his career. Since the start of the 2007 season, no one has started more games at catcher in the game than this man. Bouncing ball, could be 2. There's 1, there's 2. That is a double play. Billy Buckner pretty regular visitor to the pitcher's best friend. We'll tell you why when we come back. Our good friends with APS, they remind all of you, install solar panels on the roof of your home in sunny Arizona and visit EPS.com to help better manage your utility bill each and every month. Ah, I love you. You're the best, sis. They may have just been friends. They were too happy. You know how sisters get after each other. At least I do. I see that at home all the time.
You've got a couple of sisters at home, don't you?
Yeah, you know how brothers get after each other. Off the end of the bat, Kemp, skate again. Boy, he made a valiant effort, and Allen, after the effort is said and done, ends up with a double. His fourth double in the big leagues.
Well, tough luck there for Chad Billingsley. Boy, the effort from Matt Kemp. Just can't come up with it. Right off the heel of the glove. Brandon Allen hustling all the way, gets into second base. So right back come the Diamondbacks here in the bottom of the second.
Billy Buckner on deck. Here's Augie Ojeda. Way in at third is Ronnie Belliot.
Augie really not a guy that bunts too often for a base hit. Yeah, he can sacrifice bunt, but yeah, right now Belliard very shallow.
He's doing him a favor, yeah. I think.
Swat it right by him. You're not really going to bunt Brandon Allen to third when you've got Billy Buckner on deck.
Right.
Now, if it was the former first baseman Billy Buckner, yeah, you bunt him over. But this is a different guy.
Augie on the ground. That runner moves up to third. Hit it hard. I mean, but right at him. Don't forget, we want to congratulate all our season ticket holders that are renewing, especially Bruce Kaler or Collar this evening. You've won an autographed Stephen Drew bat for renewing your season tickets for 2010. If you're a season ticket holder, renew today and you could be a winner. The 30 prizes in 30 days. For a list of the great prizes and winners, visit dbacks.com/STH. Bruce, thank you very much.
Well, let's see if Billy Buckner can help himself. Dodger infielders all in. It's going to take something to the outfield grass.
Belliard fires. The throw goes awry, and the run scores. Allen was coming with the throw. Even if that ball is held on to, and it wasn't, Allen scores. Good heads-up base running there, chasing down the line, Ronnie Bellier.
Joe Torre going to come out and argue with first base umpire Hunter Wendelstedt. It didn't look like Buckner was running inside the line. This will be a good shot. Joe might have an argument, but it wasn't called. You can see in the background Joe having a conversation with Hunter Wendelstedt. His father, Harry, a terrific umpire for years. Now he's going to come talk to the home plate umpire, Brian Knight, and see if he might have seen anything different.
They gather, have the conversation. We're going to see if we can find another angle. It looked like he had maybe a half step. You can see the dirt popping up on the inside.
I mean, he's not way in there, but that's just a bad rule, period, Darren. It's a bad rule, period. The lane obviously is in foul territory, but first base is in fair territory.
Right.
So if you're running a straight line, you're going to be inside the line. It's a bad rule that baseball has that I'd love to somehow, some way get changed.
You've got to be another probably yard inside that line to get that called. I mean, you have to be more dramatically inside. Or if it hits him, there might be a better chance that they'd look at it. Stephen Drew pops it up. And first pitch swinging, he's erased. The other reason Joe Torre goes out there to have that conversation, just to take a chance. Why not? It's a worthwhile roll of dice because the runner would go back to third.
That's right. The run would not score.
So why not if you're Joe Torre? It's good heads-up base running by that man. All right, so 3-1, the Diamondbacks lead. Parr says, that was me. I called for the timeout. 52 runs batted in. Casey McGee of Milwaukee has 50. He is second in the National League amongst rookies. Hot shot, foul ball. That play made down there.
That was nicely done.
Very good stuff. That's Ron Pennington.
Ron Pennington. I mean, he kept it in front. Nicely done. Look at that.
Wow.
No regard for his body. Just beautiful play.
I apologize, folks. That's actually Greg Heck.
Heck.
That's what I said.
So we made a mistake?
I made the mistake.
No. We.
Okay.
I'm with you, Darren.
Nick Bacon is in left field.
He's sizzling down the third base line.
Bouncing ball, Orlando Hudson. And the play is made. So some aggressive base running, and Brandon Allen gets it done. Billy Buckner with an RBI. Bacon. Box invites all of you to think outside of the box. Poking them out at County Stadium. Not Chris Young back in 1999. That's Steve Finley. Bashing the Brewers. Nomo, Myers, Weathers. They all served him up, and the ball is clapped into his box seats. Oh, County Stadium. Fins.
Tearing up your old ball club. The Brew Crew.
Not one time as he circled the bases. Interesting, as we watched those highlights, did he untuck his jersey as he ran around the base?
No, he didn't. You're right. I'll tell you what. Got to be about 3 million strong of Brewer fans. Kind of disappointed in the way the Brewers have handled their business the last month or so.
Yeah, it's been a tough year. You're right, and the key is the fans. The fans there are fabulous.
Some of the best in baseball.
When you're one of the smallest markets in baseball, back when I was there and they were busy losing near 100 every year, they still drew 2.3 million, somewhere in there.
Over 3 last year, is that correct?
Well, they're going to get there this year as well. Different ballpark now, no doubt about it, as Chad Billingsley leads it off in that old County Stadium. That was a good spot, though. 1-1 the count.
Cattle sales.
Leave the old yard alone. That one is low. Come on, Gracie. Nice visiting locker room up at the field level.
The only good thing about playing there was you got to hit the same batter's box as Henry Aaron did.
Good enough for me.
In the front end.
That was it?
I wasn't a big fan of County. I do like the new ballpark, Miller Park. County? Nope. Chilly place.
Very cool. That was in '99 on this date that occurred. Of course, 1982 on this date, Don Mattingly made his major league debut.
County baseball.
The 3-2. He just walked him.
Wow. There he is, Don Mattingly. Hitting coach for the Dodgers.
Got more salt than pepper in that beard now. He's earned it. There are certain players that you just look at them and they exude baseball history, the game. People think of you when they think of that. You know, just the kind of a ball player, a good teammate. That's another guy. Yeah, you guys are kind of in your own club.
Gibby right now thinking, can't believe we just walked the pitcher to lead off the top of the third.
You're exactly right. He's not reminiscing about anything. A little stylish with the kicks.
You know what? I may have to start calling Gibby shoes.
Uh-oh. If I did that, I'd do it from 3 miles away. 1-1 the count.
I usually leave.
This is when he came out in the shoes. That's what he got. Good stuff, guys.
Yeah, that's not Kirk Gibson like.
He's usually wearing black.
Yeah, those are fancy. Man, Gibby. Wonder if he lost a bet. Well, Hades just froze over, and Matt Williams might be wearing them next.
That'll wear him into broadcast. That one misses low.
Okay, Billy, got to start throwing some strikes, son.
3-1 the count. I like him. I like the shoes.
Not very old school. Oh, it just hurts to see Kirk Gibson in those.
Bouncing ball. Not a hurry, even though he's football. They do, and they've got him a double play. Well, that's 2 double plays in the last 2 innings. This is one thing he's been able to lean on. That's 22 he's rolled up in his career. About 27% of the time when he has a chance, he does it. League average is 11%.
Well, nicely done there. Look at Augie smother it. Perfect feed. Well, what a best friend that is. If you can get that 3-1 ground ball double play after a leadoff walk to the pitcher.
Curveball, and it dives away. If you can make a pitch, and you and I have talked about this, with a guy that can throw with some movement, if you can make a pitch 2-0-3-1 are great ground ball counts. That one line to left, charging up. Diving play!
Starting to see more and more of that from Gerardo Parra out in left field.
Those kicks are feeling better out there in left.
Gerardo Parra turning himself into a fancy left fielder. Not quite as fancy as Kirk Gibson's shoes, but nice play to in the third inning against the Dodgers.
See where you're coming from. Trying to bunt.
Did you remind Justin Upton what the key to the game was?
Do we have that anywhere? I was just curious if that's typed up still. I'm just curious if we can remind anyone.
Back up.
Hot shot, and it's grounded foul. Justin with a sac fly and an RBI. Justin, key to the game.
Yeah, Justin just needs a reminder.
Drive it in the gap. Just go ahead and rear back and just smash it.
Hammer it in the gap.
And we know he can do it. What a great key. Arrowhead, Brown and Brown, and Superstition Spring Chevy dealers. Great partners in our key to the game. Power Chevy dealers, key to the game. Love them. Glad to have them on board. The 1-2 came from our friends on D-Backs booth on Twitter. That key to the game. Josh Waltrip.
Mr. Waltrip. It's good to see him. He's not driving a NASCAR. He's joining us.
Chases a slider away. Different guy. Justin goes down on strikes.
Oh. That's a cut fastball there, and you can see nowhere near it, Justin. Heck of a pitch.
So now Mark Reynolds. Upton with a sac fly in the first. Reynolds with a sac fly as well. Mark with 93 RBIs this year. Hot shot down the line. He went up and got a fastball in the letters. He's racing on around. Mark Reynolds with a 1-out double. Rare that you're ready for a fastball at the letters in, but he was.
Boy, he really was, man. I mean, he pulled his hands in nicely there. He just rifled it past Ronnie Belliard at third base. Well, that's nice to see. That's not really Mark Reynolds' strength, is that pitch up and in. Oh, he drilled it.
Get off my base. I earned it. And
probably gonna. He's not gonna make him ride the media bus for that, is he?
Can't do it anymore.
That's true. Mark used to come in there with his tail between his legs. All right, what'd you do this time, Mark? Oh, dog kicked me off the team bus.
Well, there was the one classic story. Do you remember at Dodger Stadium? 9th inning. Hudson's playing second where he is now. Reynolds, a brand new big leaguer, playing over at third. 9th inning. Juan Pierre hitting. Oh, dog. Hey, oh, dog. Might want to be careful. He likes to bunt.
That was Mark Reynolds saying that.
Mark Reynolds saying it to Orlando Hudson about Juan Pierre.
Multi-gold glove guy.
So. On the infield, right then and there, he hollered across, "You're on the media bus," right during the game.
You just bought yourself a ticket to the media bus. And the violation was telling a veteran gold glover how to play defense.
Hey, by the way, if you're looking for a great way to enjoy a snack tomorrow, get out to Taco Bell. You see, this club is halfway there, and they look to get there. Anytime the D-backs score 6 runs or more, Taco Bell is giving away 3 free tacos with the purchase of a large drink between 4 and 6 the next day. Justin had to ride on occasion on the staff bus.
I don't remember what his violation was. Chris Young had to do it a couple of times. Probably just being rookies.
I do remember Justin's.
What was it?
I just remember it.
Okay. We'll keep it private.
One out, 3-1 the score. Chris Young. After the walk to Montero, Young fly to right field, shallow right. Last 3 games, good work. Slider and a good one. 0-1 the count. Still looking for something straight.
He has not seen a fastball yet, and he hasn't seen anything on the inner half of the plate.
Billingsley, 25 years old, right-hander out of Defiance, Ohio. In. There's your fastball, nowhere near the plate, as you said.
That's what we were saying. Anything he's going to see on the inner half is going to be way in to move it. So that's a good purpose pitch right there by Chad Billingsley.
Tim Belcher also from Defiance, Ohio. They kind of built the same. Little number, slider. There's 1. There's 2. That is a double play. Double play city here in Arizona. flag trivia question, which is, on this date in 1998, Mark McGwire hit his 62nd home run. Name the first person to congratulate him. The first person to congratulate him. So it is a very good question. Very, very good question.
What?
I think I know who it is. They were playing the Cubs.
Well, I remember it like it was yesterday.
That pitch is low. 1-0 the count. Mark McClune standing by with the special guest. Mark, who do you have?
Well, I have Anquan Bolden getting fired up to play a little football for the Cardinals on Sunday, Q. Before we get to the hat you're wearing, I first want to know, how you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. You know, been working the last couple days, trying to make sure I'm healthy going into the season.
Well, that's good news, especially for diehard Cardinal Mark Grace, diehard Cardinal fan Mark Grace. Do you think you might play on Sunday?
Most definitely. I mean, I would have to go through a setback to keep me off the field from now till Sunday.
How excited are you to take the field and unveil that NFC Championship banner after everything that happened last season?
I think we're definitely excited. I mean, it's been a long time. Seems like forever since we played in the Super Bowl. And I think all of the guys are, you know, just excited to get back out and get back to the field of football.
Now, you hear all the boos. That's not for you wearing a Dodger hat. That's actually for Manny Ramirez. But I mean, can we get you a Diamondback hat? Because you're getting booed right now in the air by Mark Grace.
I mean, I have a Diamondbacks hat. You know, I'm an Arizona guy. I like the Diamondbacks, but you know, I'm just here tonight representing for Old Dog.
For Old Dog, are y'all friends from when he was here last year?
Yeah, me and Old Dog been friends for a long time.
That's allowed.
So
that's allowed.
You know, I'm here supporting him tonight.
Well, it is all okay. It has been approved by the booth up there. With Mark Grace, thumbs up and the Sutton stamp of approval.
I still love him.
And Mark Grace says that he still loves you.
So quick. So Orlando left him those great seats, huh?
Did Orlando left you these seats?
Yeah. He tried to get them behind their dugout, but they told him they weren't going to do it. So.
All right.
Told him I had to be behind the Diamondbacks dugout.
Did you get in a word during the conversation with Orlando, or did he just talk the entire?
No, I never get in a word. Only time I get in a word is if we text him.
That's great.
We look forward to seeing you on Sunday. Thanks for your time.
Big Mac, nice job down there, pal. Very nice job. Well, he left him the seats. I was at a charity event last year for Orlando. A bowling event as Manny walks, and both Mr. Fitzgerald and Mr. Bolden were there in support of Orlando Hudson in person. And vice versa, he supported their charity events. Microphone has been taken, and Mark McClune is now out of a job. But I remember a couple of events I'd go to for Orlando, and those gentlemen would be there in support. So he's not telling a tall tale, as you know, Gracie, about their relationship. He's not telling. You blessed him. I leave it to you. You're a Cardinals fan. I leave it to you.
I told you, Orlando Hudson. He's a friend of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And we love Orlando Hudson, and we miss him. It was fresh every day with Orlando.
Yes, it was. Here. 0-1 the count to James Loney. I'll never forget his family making the trip down from South Carolina
to Atlanta,
and they out on a back lot there at Turner Field, kind of up above where the old Fulton County Stadium used to be. There's a small park in a parking area, and I'm going to guess between 50 and 100. That's a wide gap of friends.
More like 100.
More like 100. Almost like a family reunion. All in honor, obviously, of Orlando, but they were all spending time with one another. They invited all of us to go, and I mean our TV crew, all our folks that travel, and they fed us all.
Oh.
That was a wonderful day.
Some of the best barbecue I've ever had. And they were nice enough to include us.
Matter of fact, if they ever want to invite me back for any family reunions, I'll definitely come. 0-2 the count. Well, you know what Mr. Buckner's thinking of here. I gotta get a double play. It's been a full inning since I've gotten one.
Good block there by Miguel Montero to keep that double play in order.
1-2 the count. The 1-2. Chopper into the nine. In the bag with a tap dance. Did he? He just did it. Wow, Stephen Drew.
You wanted another double play, Darren. Well, ask and you shall receive.
Put those shoes around the bag like a wizard.
What did you ask him about Florida State losing last night to Miami? Were you? Oh, I forgot about it.
On this date, 1998, he hit his 62nd home run, named the first person to congratulate Mark McGwire. If you said Dave McKay, first base coach, well, then you were correct. And a very good question. A lot of you, I think, were swayed as we see the video. The flash bulbs going off, the electronic flashes. Oh, you bet on online. There's Dave.
There it is.
And only Dave McKay. So that was a good question, and we move on.
Thankfully.
2-0 the count. No one else to see here. As that one is outside, 2-1. Matt Williams, of course, texted me. Matt Williams.
I texted myself. Mark Grace.
You did send it over, and I said, I'm right here. You can just tell me.
Yeah,
you don't have to text me.
I texted it. I was number 2.
You were. We better show that in a minute. The 2-2. Bouncing ball, a curveball, a big old bender. There is the aforementioned Orlando Hudson. Hey, don't forget, if a Diamondbacks player hits a home run that hits the hit and win sign here in the 4th inning, a lucky fan watching on Fox Sports Arizona will win the jackpot tonight, Gracie, $670,000. Linda Savastano is our champion tonight. She gets a chance to win it. Visit dbacks.com/hit-and-win or winGilaRiver.com.
I think Augie can reach it, don't you?
I think so.
And if not Augie, at least Billy Buckner.
Well, Linda, thanks for playing.
She got a tough draw. Get it, Augie. Ooh, there.
No. By the way, I wanted to show you a little bit of that. That was on 61. There you are.
That was 61.
Did that hurt, by the way?
No.
That was a forearm bash. That makes you a bash brother.
Well, me, McGuire, Canseco.
Curveball and a good one. 1-2 the count.
He was and still is a very large human being, Mark McGuire.
Augie puts it on the ground. I just got a quick question for you. We know where he is on the field, but where's that Augie bobblehead?
Oh, that's a great question.
Augie! Oh my goodness, he's skydiving. Skydiving in Maui.
In Maui?
Yep. For more
Got his goggles on and his
Augie bobblehead.
with his glove.
Check out dbacks.com. Where's Augie? Or call the hotline 602.
Now, how do you know that's Maui?
602-462-6421. You'll get that voucher. That's given away on Saturday, Hispanic Heritage Day.
Now,
Augie.
What screams Maui right there?
See how blue the sky was?
Well, sure.
Saturday, September 12th. Hopefully, soon it will make it here. We know he got lost on his way from the bobblehead factory. But he will find his way home.
Maui.
For now, oh, he's enjoying life in Anapali, right there by Lahaina.
Shot of Olchin. And welcome back. The Diamondbacks with the lead on the Los Angeles Dodgers. A look at Trent Olchin, just back from Reno today, back on the Diamondbacks. Not in the lineup quite yet, but we've certainly seen what he can do from one Australian athlete to another. Penny Taylor of the Phoenix Mercury, the first place Phoenix Mercury, just clinched the #1 seed in the Western Conference of the playoffs. How exciting are things right now?
It's a very exciting time for us. Heading into my second playoffs, the team's feeling fantastic. We've got a lot of confidence. 2 games to go, one of which is here at the US Airways Arena on Sunday against the LA Sparks, and really looking forward to getting started on those playoffs.
Yeah, and Lisa Leslie's last game on Sunday, you can watch either game, watch the Mercury, watch the Diamondback around the same time. A lot of excitement down here in Copper Square. Now, of course, you weren't here last season, but the season before took home the title. How similar are things this season to 2007?
It's feeling very similar. The way we're playing with so much confidence, so much excitement. We're running the ball. We're playing a really exciting style of basketball, and I think I'm feeling a lot of similarities between that team and the chemistry we had together to this team this year.
And tickets are available. They went on sale
What's it going to mean to get the U.S. Airways Center packed for the playoffs?
Oh, it'd be unreal for us. We get a lot of energy from our fans. We have amazing support. And, you know, people that haven't been to a game, you've got to experience it, and you've got to see what amazing athletes my teammates are.
Yeah, well, we certainly hope to get down there and see that all the way through the playoffs. Now, I brought you a gift. If you could, hold that up. We found one pro athlete from the Phoenix area who's cheering for the Diamondbacks tonight.
There we go. Always support the team. Go the Diamondbacks.
All right. And a good day?
And a good day to everyone.
All right, guys, from up here in the suites. And remember, playoff tickets on sale right now. Let's kick it back to the booth.
Good stuff, and best of luck to the Mercury as they forge their way forward into the playoffs. We do
all the
have
sports stars here tonight.
How about that? Pro football, pro basketball. Got Gracie right here, pro baseball.
Huh?
Oh, no, you have to be here.
That's old has been, yeah.
Big Mac. Like I'm at Staples. He's just walking around.
Yeah.
Come on, Big Mac. Who are you going to come up with next? We'll be standing by, folks. You don't want to miss it. As that one is high. And that one is in.
I think Belliard took a step towards the dugout.
He sure did. It's rare when a hitter reverse shows up the umpire. But he just did, not me.
Oh, cool. You're going to call it a ball. All right. Well, you got strike three anyway on the next pitch.
So Ronnie will saunter on back to the dugout. Don't forget, by the way, certainly worth mentioning, looking for a great way to get fit and give back to your community. Check out the second annual Red Rock Sprint and Unified Triathlon to benefit Special Olympics Arizona on September 12th. To register or donate, visit SpecialOlympicsArizona.org. That one. 4 days from now, September 12th, and that's a great idea. Good call. Good friends and partners with the Special Olympics. Well, look now, Billy Buckner's hanging around, and he has been the beneficiary of 3 double plays and against the Los Angeles Dodgers, leading it 3-1 here in the 5th inning. He's thrown 71 pitches. Lifted, hugging the line, and that bounces into the seats. We told you earlier, Mel Stoudemire Jr., the one thing he wants to see more from Buckner is just a strong follow-through. He has a tendency to almost stop as if he's hitting a wall, guiding his pitches in, and when you do that, well, you don't get the life, you don't get a solid breaking ball. The cutter that you're working on stays up. Line right back through the box. Hudson ready for that fastball. Right down the middle.
Tried to come inside, and it just came to the middle of the plate. 2 for 2 now is friend of Anquan Bolden and friend of us all, Orlando Hudson. Now you know what that means, Darren.
Well, there's no doubt.
Time for another double play, isn't it?
I'm ready.
Russell Martin, he's been a victim of the double play ball. His first at bat was 6-4-3.
And that's why the runner's on the move and had a huge jump on Billy Buckner, though that ball was not caught cleanly. Had a huge jump there.
Joe Torre thinking, I'm tired of watching my guys tap into double plays. Go ahead, O-Dog. Off he goes. Montero would have had a chance if he had come up with it, but it gets away, and an easy stolen base for Orlando Hudson.
Let's start over, says Billy Buckner. 3-1 the score. 4 hits for the Dodgers, 6 for the Diamondbacks. Pitches are outside. 2-0 the count. Buckner, a Georgia boy, initially a Royals second-round pick in 2004. Played for the University of South Carolina.
Oh, nice breaking ball there on a 2-0 pitch.
These are some of the little things we said. For him to succeed consistently up here, that he has to be able to do. First pitch, behind in the count, throw that pitch. Really any time for a strike. Pulls that knuckle up. That means a curveball's coming.
He got another one. And another strike, 2-2. Good pitch. Back-to-back curveballs.
2-2 the count. You could see that was a great shot from our camera, that knuckle up above the ball. And he grips every time as he takes the sign, and then he adjusts as need be.
We're going to stay with it.
Still there. It's hit on the ground. That would have been your double play.
Well, what a great shot of in the glove there. That was nice. That was 3 beautifully executed curveballs there for Buckner to get the ground ball, and now face Chad Billingsley with 2 outs.
That's that spike curveball.
Dan Herron holds his curveball the same way. Is that right,
In a
Dan?
very similar manner, yes. Retired Mike Musina held it that way. That one dives down and away. 0-1 the count. There's the breaking ball. So that meant that knuckle was dug into the ball. And it's not the fingernail that he pushes into the ball. Some throw it like that. It actually is the skin curled under, the fingers rolled under. It's straight knuckle. It's top of the finger.
Down the bottom of the finger.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. The 0-2. There it is. That's strike 3. Another curveball. Trying to get the Dodgers to.
Pretty impressive.
Shall we say knuckle under? That's how I do it every time.
Yeah. Hey, Darren, your favorite guy's back. It's Batting Stance Guy. Log on to our Facebook page, facebook.com/Fox Sports Arizona. Post who you think it is, and stay tuned for Quest Diamondbacks Live postgame when we reveal the answer.
Stephen Drew to lead things off as we move along to the bottom half of the 5th inning, followed by Gerardo Parra and Justin Upton.
Really nothing big league about him.
Stephen?
Oh, no. Batting Stance
Upton?
Guy. Oh, not sure.
That pitch is low. 1-0 the count. We get to having fun here and being a little silly. You know how we roll, especially when the Diamondbacks have a rare lead over the last few weeks. Although at home, the play has been much more solid for the Diamondbacks, and it's been good to see in the second half. They're 16-8 in their last 24 home games. That's a little bit more what they expected all year long. The 2-0 is fouled off. 2-1 the count. Steven Singleton scored in the first inning. Popped to short in the second inning.
Good pitch to the inside corner there for strike 2.
2-2 the count. It's a cut fastball. He doesn't throw many of those, but has been throwing a few more this year. Just a harder variation of the slider. Kind of came up in a conversation yesterday with Max Scherzer. Just talk about getting around the baseball a little bit more. You can throw a slider, a cutter, really directly behind the baseball. As that one is topped. Gobbling it up is Rafael Furcal, and he makes the play for the out. Mark McClune continues to stack up great guests. Big Mac, where you at?
Down here with Ann Myers Drysdale, an Olympian, famous basketball player, also married to one of the most famous Dodgers ever in Don Drysdale, and looking out and seeing the Dodgers blue. The Hall of Famer Don Drysdale, do you have a memory you could maybe share with us of a story he told you?
Well, he had quite a few stories, and one, everybody knew he pitched inside, and I think having somebody on the mound like that would say, if you take one of my guys, I'm taking 2 of yours. So in those days you could do that, and today it's a little bit different.
Oh, that's great stuff. And he did that work at the dinner table also at your house?
Well, you didn't want to cross him, that's for sure. And but you know, he was great. I mean, off the field, and but there was nobody more competitive than Donnie, and most of the Dodgers will tell you, having a guy like him on the mound, and he and Sandy worked so well together. You know, it was just such a great time.
Also, you got a big playoff game coming up here in a couple weeks with the Mercury. Playoff tickets are on sale right now. How excited are you about that?
Well, we really are. I mean, you know, you talk about going to the playoffs, and the players that we have on this team are just dynamite, with Diana Taurasi and Cappy Pondexter, Penny Taylor, who's here at the game tonight, and you know, we're so deep on the bench. We're in first right now. Come to the games. We're either going to play on the 18th or 19th. They haven't said yet, but we're going to have a home game, and you know, there's no better, I think, you know, viewing right now for the Phoenix Mercury.
Again, they play on Sunday. Come on out to the game, along with coming out to a Diamondback game. Yeah, we look forward to that. A Hall of Famer, guys, sitting here talking to us. There's one more pro athlete here in attendance. I'm going to go try to find him, if that gives you a little tease.
Yeah, what an honor that was. What a classy woman. I've known her for a long, long time in my life, and better because of it.
Wonderful woman.
An Olympian, a Hall of Famer, an advocate of women in athletics, which says a lot. And I'm a little bit biased with 2 daughters, but just a great woman. Now that was a big league get right there.
Yeah, I mean, McClune is red hot.
Where's he heading? I can see him down below. He's not heading for Dan Marley, is he?
Is Thunder Dan here tonight?
I don't think so. He's looking for any athlete he can find. He's still moving. Big Mac's on the move. It's kind of becoming a little bit of a bit. You know all our bits. We think they're good, and none of them are. That one bounces outside. 2-1 the count, but there are bits. Justin with a sac fly and an RBI, and then he struck out. 3-1. Time to add on. You find yourself getting a little bit nervous.
Well, Billingsley really starting to settle down, make his pitches.
reason, of course, you logically find yourself a little bit concerned, as you know you've gotten a lot out of Billy Buckner, but you also know that that may expire. Three and two the count. And that's, with no offense to him, it's been a great night for Billy.
It's been a great night.
Especially here at home. That needs to be pointed out again. I mentioned that earlier. The 3-2 with 2 outs. Now there's a base runner. Maybe that gets things going.
Sometimes you just need to get a pitcher in the stretch when he's on a big roll. He had retired 6 in a row. You give him something else to think about besides Mark Reynolds in the box.
Our Quest high-speed, internet high-speed pitch. You see what Billingsley has reached back and gotten. But in this ball game so far, has only thrown about 22 of his 70 pitches as fastballs. 4-seam fastballs. So not throwing many fastballs in this game. We've seen him go into bouts like this.
Yeah, he's got a good arm. He just needs to believe in it once in a while.
Pitch out.
Nothing doing.
Mark Reynolds with a sac fly and an RBI back in the first inning. Doubled in the third.
Short lead from Upton. Ball 2.
San Francisco's winning, just underway in San Fran, beating San Diego 2-1. Colorado's winning. They're just about done, leading Cincinnati 3-1.
Tim Lincecum was scratched from his start tonight up in San Francisco with a bad back.
That is not good news. Don't forget, by the way, visit the official offline and online shop of the Diamondbacks at dbags.com/shop. Browse the great selection of authentic team gear, including hats, t-shirts, and jerseys and collectibles. Grab it straight from the source, dbags.com. And order him a new lid.
Yeah, we got to get him a new lid.
The 2-1. Of course, you talk about another team that the Dodgers are watching. That's the St. Louis Cardinals. They're in Milwaukee, trailing the Brewers 3-2. Now we're talking about not in the World Series. The All-Star game determines that, but home field in the National League. And when you talk about the level of play, identical record, 82-57 coming in for the best record. That is ball 4.
Now, if you're Miguel Montero, you make him pay. With 2 outs, he's walked back-to-back hitters. Really nothing even close to either hitter. Pitching around Mark Reynolds right there. Now, if you're Miguel Montero, you take that person and say, now you're going to pay. Rick Honeycutt going to come out and talk to Chad Billingsley and say, hey, I know Mark Reynolds has 41 home runs, but this guy behind him, Montero, he's been swinging it pretty well of late as well. You better make your pitch.
And Miggy, 4 for his last 8 with runners in scoring position, 7 RBIs and 3 doubles. To grind through this outing. This has not been a thing of beauty at all. You're right, he has settled in.
Throwing the ball beautifully before the back-to-back walks.
His clean inning was in the 4th when Allen, Ojeda, and Buckner were all sat down in succession. Curve ball, big swing, 0-1 the count.
Miguel took a shot thinking he's going to throw me a fastball, and he was fooled. He took a big swing.
The 0-1. Another one. Same pitch, same result. I mean, literally carbon copy.
Yeah, Miguel right now a little over anxious. Back-to-back walks in front of him. You see he's disappointed in himself right now. A couple of pitches out of the zone. Now he's, instead of 2-0, being over anxious puts him in an 0-2 hole.
Why not? And that's where you believe and you trust your catcher. Nice play by Martin.
Yeah, throwing one a little slower and even more in the dirt to see if he'll chase, and he didn't.
We told you earlier the last 10 starts for Billingsley, his ERA is 5.50. The innings pitched per start have dropped by a full inning and 2/3. Again, 4 of those big old breaking balls, and that ends it. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world. Deliver. So far, Billy Buckner delivering a solid outing. Far and away the best he has ever pitched in this ballpark on this season. As we told you earlier, Billy Gracie came in with an ERA of over 14 at home in 7 games, and on the road, 3.20.
Now the test. The 3rd time through the order. Back-to-back change-ups. 2-0 count.
The 2-0.
Man, pretty good pitch there.
Ryan Knight saw that one as low. That's exactly where he wanted to throw it. Well, Billy, not a bad idea. He'll take a walk around. The 3-0. 3-1 the count. Bigger picture. In his career at home, his ERA as a starter over 11. On the road, about 4. It's just been different. There's a leadoff walk. Let's hope he can battle through it. Let's quickly find Mark McClune with yet another celebrity athlete. Mark?
Number 17, the baddest man in a ponytail, Lightning Lou Amundsen of your Phoenix Suns. First of all, how's it going, and what's your schedule like from now until camp?
It's going great so far. Just taking in the game, as you can see. You know, we're playing a lot of pickup until camp starts, and but it starts soon, so we're gearing up.
Camp starts what? Late September, September 29th.
2 weeks, yeah.
And what is your life like now as opposed to last year?
It's a lot different. A lot more people recognize me, which is different. But you know, I mean, it's great. It's kind of quiet before the storm. It's hang out.
You're good luck. You're gonna have to talk to me the rest of the game.
I'm trying to see if I can talk some junk to Manny to get him thrown out again, but you know, he won't look over here. He won't look over my way. But I'm trying to get his attention. Try to put some things in his mind.
Were you ever a baseball player?
I played a little bit when I was younger. Catcher, pitcher a little bit.
It's a tall catcher.
Very tall, yeah. The pitchers didn't like that, so it's short-lived.
And finally, did Marley get you these seats?
No. Dan's seats are, I think, right behind home plate. They're the best seats in the house, but
We appreciate your time. We look forward to seeing you on the court in training camp in San Diego. And, preseason and talking to you post-game on Quest Suns Live. So appreciate it. Lighten to Lou Amundsen, guys. I think we're done interviewing athletes.
Well
Nice
done.
going, Mac. Getting
Well done.
another double play, too.
How about that?
I'll tell you what.
That is 4 double plays rolled up by Buckner.
I'll tell you what, Buckner, impressive. Catfish.
He is. Well, a Georgia boy, went to South Carolina. That's a good, appropriate name. A lot of catfishing going on down there. A lot of good catfish restaurants.
I love good cornmeal and some catfish. Fry it up nicely.
Hey, we told you earlier about those double plays, and we told you in the perspective of his career. Now, this is including a brief time in KC, and then last year, and then this year. 81 opportunities to get a double play coming in, 20 rolled up. That's 25% of the time when he has a chance he gets them. League average is 11. So that's been his saving grace, no doubt about it.
He's on a nice roll, Darren Sutton.
I'll tell you what, that was 1, 2, and 3 in the order, and he just sent him right back to the dugout. You wouldn't see any fastballs over the plate.
He sees a slider for strike one, then up and in to spin him around, and then back with the slider down and away, and that's a double play ball. So after Chris Young has hit 4 fastballs, middle end, over the boards, like we said, Dodgers aren't in first place because they're dumb.
Right.
They haven't thrown him any of those tonight. There's been 2 easy outs off the bat of Chris Young tonight. So that's part of adjusting. You got to adjust game to game, at bat to at bat, Darren.
That pitch is a low strike, just below the knees. 0-1 the count. Chris flied to right field and rolled into that double play. Bouncing ball. Honey Belliard in his own way makes the play for the out. That was a lightning bolt, hit hard.
Nice play there by Belliard. Tough luck there for Chris Young. Hit that ball hard.
Boyer warming in the pen. Brandon Allen walks towards home plate. It was a fun little moment. Allen walked up to Kirk Gibson before the game and he said, "Gibby, were you that guy, that pumping the fist guy? That guy that hit the big home run in the World Series? That's you, right?" I said, "Yes, that's me." And he went on to tell some great stories to Brandon Allen and John Hester. about never really hanging it up. He said, that was a big home run for me. He said, but it was honestly not as big as the one I hit for me in my career going back to '84 against Goose Gossage in the World Series.
When you think about it, Kirk Gibson's hit two of the most famous home runs in World Series history. The one off Eckersley for the Dodgers and the one off Gossage when he was a Tiger.
He said, Brandon, every single time I faced Gossage heading into that situation, not only did he get me out, he embarrassed me.
Struck him out.
He said, and so many times I wanted to drag my bat to hang my head and feel like I couldn't get it. He said, that's why I never want you to feel that way, or John, as he was speaking to John Hester. He said, about number 17, I got it in the World Series. And you want to talk about two young men that were just sitting like statues as he told that story, in awe of the story, saying Sparky Anderson went out and he spoke with my manager, or he spoke with me, and he said, look, I don't think they want to.
No, he doesn't want to walk.
He doesn't want to walk.
Base open,
Dick Williams went out. There was a base open. He shared that whole story with him. There's that one, a broken bat out to third base. And it was one of those little moments where I was just easing over as a fly on the wall and listening. As he shared the story about, hey, look, don't hang your head. I didn't hang mine. I got my chance and I got him. He said, look, Goose Gossage wanted to pitch to me. He had owned me, and I got him. One of the biggest home runs in Tigers history. And it all started with a young man asking a question, weren't you that guy that hit the home run pumping the fist?
Well, that just ages us, doesn't it? Not knowing that that was Kirk Gibson.
And it was, you know how respectful Brandon is.
Well,
I mean, he's a yes sir, no sir.
He's a sweetheart of a kid. But still, that ages us. Weren't you that guy, the fist pumper in the home run?
And he took advantage right there of that question. As that one is hit. That one up. It's in there. Base hit for Augie. Hustling around. Head for a slide, and there's a double for Augie Ojeda. His bobblehead may be in Maui, but his body's on second base.
As he takes off all the armor, Orlando Hudson gives him a shove. Man, he does a nice job getting it back in, but Augie Ojeda diving in there, keeping that left hand on the bag, thinking two all the way. Nothing else we can say, but Augie.
Oi, oi, oi. Oh, it's got to stop shoving guys. Bumping guys.
I love him.
Leave our players alone. Want to know the count? Hey, don't forget, by the way, Roger Klein and the Peacemakers bring their great show to Chase Field on the 19th day of September, Saturday, courtesy of Miller Lite. D-backs Rockies game, free concert, 602-514-8400. Hot shot, base hit, Billy Buckner. Billy just drove in a run. Run, Billy, run!
Take it easy, Billy, take it easy. Just stay on set. You got to keep pitching.
Billy Buckner having quite a night.
Oh, look at the bottom of the order. After two quick outs, Augie Ojeda a double, and right behind him, Billy Buckner driving one past Orlando Hudson. He can't shove anybody now. Bang! And that gets all the way to the wall. That's how hard he hit that ball. You've got a second baseman diving for it, yet it gets all the way to the wall. He hit that ball hard.
Billy came in 1 for 9 with 2 strikeouts in his time in the big leagues. Had a little swinging bunt base hit back in the second inning that drove in a run. Struck out, and then that was not a swinging bunt hit at all.
Oh, rope.
You know they're loving what Billy Buck is doing. So that battle for the best record continues to get interesting. 4-1 here. The Diamondbacks lead it. Matt Holliday just homered off of Trevor Hoffman in the 9th inning to give the Cardinals a 4-3 lead over the Brewers.
Well, the Cardinals have just decided, well, They're just not going to lose anymore. And the Colorado Rockies, as you can see, right beneath St. Louis and Milwaukee, they've decided, well, they're not going to lose anymore either.
Cut fastball swung right over the top of it. We'll wait for the videotape to see if Holiday untucked his jersey as he ran around the bases.
Probably not. Cardinals don't do that. I don't think Tony La Russa is a untuck your shirt kind of manager.
We'll do it again. 2-2 the count.
Didn't Prince Fielder hit a walk-off homer and some kind of nonsense was at the plate?
They had a choreographed, kind of like a bowling pin, all falling down at home plate when he got home. Something like you'd see, Shaq doing something like that. But there's only 12 guys or 10 that come out for NBA introductions. Oh, the inside corner, that's strike 3. Who needs Prince Fielder? Diamondbacks have Billy Buckner driving the count. Glovely, to say the least. When you mean glovely, you mean your defenders are there. That means you're making your pitches. That means you're keeping them on their toes. And the double play king, a little tap dance and a double play there. Not 2 or 3, but 4 double plays. That's some glove behind him as well. Again, making his pitches, throwing strikes. Billy Buckner. So far, so good. A season high in the ball game for the Diamondbacks. One man responsible. And Buckner, 6 innings, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. At different stages in the game, it's been different pitches that have been effective for Buckner. Certainly there was a stage when that curveball, that spike curveball was effective. These are the different grips. But you get your ground balls, Gracie, top left with that two-seam fastball.
The two-seam fastball. He's thrown some really good curveballs as well, but to get the ground ball, as you said, you got to have control of that two-seam fastball around the knees, and he's been there all night with it, Darren.
Hasn't thrown as many cutters as he did the last time against the Dodgers. Still kind of an experimental pitch. That one would run down and away.
Well, it's almost like the old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Why throw the cutter when your sinker's working? Well, let's see. Time for a big test here with Manny Ramirez. He just went right after him with a fastball and got ahead 0-1.
A run on 4 hits and no errors for the Dodgers. 4 runs, 8 hits and no errors for the Diamondbacks. Manny fouls it back. He had himself a hack, didn't he?
He is upset with himself. He got another fastball in the middle of the plate. And Buckner, I'll tell you what, I'm giving him a big badge of courage, going right after him, back-to-back fastballs in the middle of the plate. Let's see if he does it again.
High fastballs coming our way, Gracie. Oh, good effort down below there. Gracie made a good try, trying to get himself a contract.
I was trying, just missed it. And everybody's burying me.
That's just a four-seam fastball. You can see him across the seams. When you want to waste it up, which is risky business. Right. The 0-2. Bouncing it in there. That was a curveball. Threw it as hard as he possibly could. His good curveball is about 80. And there you see that knuckle.
But that's a good 0-2 breaking ball. Bounce it. Make it unhittable.
Again, it's thrown on the side of the ball. Classic curveball.
Oh, baby.
The best one of the night is saved from Manny Ramirez here, and the crowd reacts in the 7th inning. A hammer.
Boy, you said it, Darren. He's thrown some good ones. That's the best one of the night. And a big reaction from the crowd as Manny Ramirez goes back to the dugout. Fastball middle, got it by him. Fastball middle, got it by him. Fastball upstairs. The breaking ball 0-2. Now the put away. And unfortunately, we didn't see it.
Hang on, Gracie. There we go. Bam. The bottom fell out of it. One and 0 the count. Now make it 2-0 the count to James Loney. Loney rolled into one of those double plays. He can't roll into line to right field. It's a base hit there. It's interesting when you talk about pure stuff, and I mean just pure stuff. Not ability to trick or command, but pure stuff. It almost becomes a discussion where it's interesting with Billy Buckner and Yusmeiro Petit, guys vying for that final spot.
Two very different pitchers, but as you said, trying for the same spot. You know, the last thing Yusmeiro Petit you see from him is double play balls. He's a fly ball pitcher, a guy that gets a lot of strikeouts and a lot of pop-ups and fly balls. Whereas Buckner, well, he's keeping it on the ground.
One and 0 the count to Ronnie Belliard as that one right down the middle, 1-1. Ronnie has struck out a couple of times tonight. Ronnie, since joining the Dodgers prior to this evening, 10 for 27, hitting .370. The 1-1 in on the hands, popped up.
That'll get into the stands. Somewhere over where Anquan Bolding's sitting, I'm sure. I'm sure he probably brought his glove to the ballpark, don't you think?
Well, of course he would. Now wait a minute. Why does he need a glove?
He's got some of the best hands in the business, wouldn't you think?
Catch it just fine barehanded. Look at Baxter. He's down there saying, give this guy a contract. Baxter, you can't give out contracts. The 1-2. Curveball, ground ball. Did he just do it again? Turn it! Turn it! He got it! 5 double plays for Billy Buckner. A night he will not soon forget. Tying a mark for the franchise in a game.
production at first base.
And what we're going to see next year, we're going to find out who's going to be there, maybe who should be there, and why. We're going to talk about that later, so stay tuned.
We'll also take a look at tomorrow's pitching matchup, and as we send it back to you guys, still plenty of time to text in your vote. We're talking about who you want to see at first base next season for the Arizona Diamondbacks. We're after the game with Quest D-backs Live. We'll see you then.
Isn't that interesting? I think that response is intriguing because Brandon Allen will get a long look and deserves to get a long look. But Connor Jackson, since 06, has 306 starts at first base. 306. Second on that list, Chad Tracy, 128. So certainly not to be left out of the discussion, but Connor hopes he's healthy, playing in the outfield, and he hopes that man is playing on the infield. We'll see.
Connor got the goat working. What do you think?
I think he looks like Casey Kochman. As that one is low. McDonald dives that one low. By the way, the 5 double plays rolled up. That's only happened one other time in franchise history. One other time in franchise history, the 5. Back in August of 2006 against the Giants. So tying a record in a ball game. One man has done it, not one staff, one man. 1-1 the count to Gerardo Parr. Now when it's popped foul and given the look. Here's Ronnie Belliard. James McDonald goes to work for the 39th time this year. Big on stuff, no doubt about it. And as a reliever has done a fine job. A 2.69 ERA as a relief pitcher. That pitch is high.
Well, stuff-wise, this kid has got electric stuff. Just a matter of putting it together. This is a guy that they've got visions of stardom as a starter, Darren, down the road.
All right. I think they're on track with that.
Oh, yeah. Mid-90s fastball. A very good changeup. Breaking ball as well.
The 3-2. Awkward swing. Awkward swing there as he chases away. Want to take a ride out to our Ride Now Power Sports pool. There is our pool cam. And folks enjoying themselves out there this evening. Our good friends and partners with Ride Now Power Sports. Here's Justin Upton. Hello, folks. Can you hear me? Hello?
Evidently they can't.
Yeah. Hello? Hello? Love amusing myself. That one is 1-1.
And you do it well.
Sack fly and an RBI. Strikeout and a walk. Fouled it back.
Well, he ran right in on his hands. What a pitch.
So 1-2 the count. Hello?
We'll get him eventually.
Sir? Hello? Hey, thank you. That one is high. I knew they'd hear me. Yeah. That wasn't a very good bid either. 2-2 the count. My goodness, twice late swings on fastballs.
Did we say he had great stuff?
Yeah, you're exactly right. Let's take a ride out of town. Our freecreditreport.com out of town scoreboard. Know your score. Visit freecreditreport.com. The Rockies winners. The Giants, ooh boy, it's getting interesting. And the Yankees
just rolling.
Continuing to roll on as Derek Jeter chasing history, Yankee history. As that one is outside. Wow. And it's over. St. Louis right now with the best record in the National League with a win.
They beat Trevor Hoffman, huh?
They did.
One thing about Trevor, he's been very good with the Milwaukee Brewers this year. Number one will step with the right fist pump. Says, yes, Mark Reynolds did. 1-2.
You know, we're talking about Jeter, of course. He's 3 hits shy of tying Lou Gehrig's Yankees franchise record, 27-21 in hits. He'll get to 3,000 hits. There's no doubt about that. That shirt got rings.
Got rings.
Question mark.
That's pretty impressive.
Oh,
by
boy.
James McDonald. Goodness gracious. Don't be so mean, son.
Billy Buck, where's he going? Fox Sports Arizona presents D-backs Baseball, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Ready when you are. Go to southwest.com, grab your bag. It is on. And by Blimpie, America's Self Shop. Night falls here in Phoenix, Arizona, and the Diamondbacks hope that so do the Dodgers here in a bit. A good showing tonight by Billy Buckner, and Billy Buckner is now done. Blaine Boyer relieves him. Buckner went 7 innings, gave up 5 hits, 1 run it was earned, 4 strikeouts. And Boyer has been a fine story since joining these Diamondbacks. Look at the run on that fastball as it dives away.
Dodger fan trying to deliver a knockout blow here, down 3 runs.
Ah, the old Brooklyn Trolley Dodgers. They found their name. They didn't mean to.
Is that how they found their name? I did not know that.
The Trolley Dodgers. Absolutely.
I never knew that.
It was back when you used to play against the Dodgers.
That's true. I used to have some good battles with Pee Wee Reese, Duke Snyder, Zach Wheat. Ah, they remember me.
Bouncing ball. And a nice job by Buckner. Simply put, his manager makes it clear he was pitching for a lot tonight, but they can't put too much heat on the guys fighting for the 5th spot. It's our Geico quote.
Those moves are going to be made. It is competitive, and the every start's important. Now, I have to balance that with not trying to create such an atmosphere that they live and die on every pitch, because that's not very productive on the mound.
There's no doubt for Yusmeiro Petit. Kevin Mulvey will get a start on Saturday night. Brian Augenstein will get a start at some point along the way. Billy Buckner earning his opportunity to pitch again. There's Kevin. Man out of Villanova, came over from the Minnesota Twins in the deal that sent John Rouse that way. The 0-1. That one dives hard and away with the slider. But for Billy Buckner, in his 5 starts here at Chase Field, He was 0-5 prior to this with an 11.91 ERA. And that one bounces in there. Opponents had hit .365 against Billy Buckner in his 5 starts here at home in his career.
He's had a lot to be proud of tonight. After a bit of a struggle in the first inning, boy, he just made it look easy for the next 6. 5 double play balls. 5. Keeping a very good hitting Dodger team at bay. That electric Blaine Boyer fastball right down the middle for strike 2.
5 double play balls. Bouncing ball. Fans are stunned here at Chase Field. It was their assumption that every ground ball equals 2 outs. And instead, amazingly, a man gets to go to first.
Just setting up another double play, that's all. But it's going to be tough because pinch hitting for James McDonald is Juan Pierre, and he just does not hit into double plays, Darren.
Yeah, one of the toughest to strike out, one of the toughest to double up. As that one is low. And dare I say, and I say it to go ahead and throw the Moachichi out there and do whatever you can to help battle it. It is the 8th inning. And that has been an inning of just disgust for the Diamondbacks and their pitchers. Starters, relievers, guys warming up, guys that used to pitch for the Diamondbacks. Todd Stottlemyre hates the 8th inning this year.
You're right.
They all do. 112 runs allowed in the 8th inning, more than any inning and more than any team in that inning in baseball.
By far. Big pitch here, 2-0. There's a strike, much needed. Last thing you want to do, you have to make Juan Pierre swing the bat right here. Certainly Juan is a good hitter. He's hitting .318, but you cannot give free passes late in the ball game because late walks tend to score, Darren.
It's been proven. Bouncing ball. There's no way. Pierre, there's no way. There is no way.
It would have been fun, but he just doesn't hit into double plays. He's got speed like Anquan Bolden.
Good call.
You know? Anquan would have liked maybe trying to take Stephen Drew out at second base right there. The barrel roll or something.
I think it would have been tough for Q there as if he ran by Brandon Allen. In his sport, he takes out Brandon Allen. Trying to make sure they don't turn the double play. Juan Pierre decides not to tackle Brandon Allen. And so he reaches. What a season Pierre has had off the bench and how deep that Dodgers bench is because of guys like that.
But a nice job by Boyer of making him hit the baseball. No free passes. Never know, he might hit it to somebody, and that's what he did. There's strike 1 to Rafael Furcal.
Five double plays rolled up. Best double play pitcher you ever played behind? Had to be Maddox?
Maddox, definitely.
He could get you ground balls.
I played behind Brandon Webb.
That guy.
But Schilling and Johnson, there just weren't many guys on base for double plays.
300 strikeout
Yeah, strikeout guys.
1-1. Miguel keeps it with him. Keep thinking those thoughts. Those thoughts about putting the 8th inning behind the Diamondbacks.
Rick Sutcliffe got a lot of double play balls.
Sut's in the house tonight. Out here visiting one of your old teammates. The 2-1. 3-1 the count.
I just got a text from my babysitter, Darren. My 2 sons, Jackson and Preston, are watching on TV and want to give them a shout out. And I also want to give a shout out to my babysitter, Laurel Anistad, doing a heck of a job.
Well done. You boys go to bed now. Getting late. Be nice to your brothers. 3-2 the count. Shove a cup of warm milk and a cookie. Dad can get through this 8th inning.
And do what Laurel tells you.
Before you go to sleep, though, do something different to shake things off, boys, here in the 8th inning.
Pierre will be on the move here on the 3-2 pitch from Blaine Boyer.
There he goes. Here it comes. Line drive, center field. It's down for a base hit. All the way to third goes Juan Pierre.
And the tying run is now going to come to the plate. Just a 3-2 fastball in the middle of the plate. Furcal bangs it into center field. And we knew the Dodgers wouldn't go away in the 8th inning without some kind of stir up.
And we talk about it. We always laugh and have a little bit of fun in a respectful way when pitchers get hits and they all laugh on the bench and they, hey, our guy got a hit. How big is the RBI by Billy Buckner that he got, driving it around? I mean, seriously, driving it in the 6th inning.
Doggone right. Stottlemyre Jr. with a bit of a shove to Blaine Boyer, like, all right, let's go. Time to get after it. Oh, my goodness. Are we in Dodger Stadium?
Beach ball.
Because there's a beach ball on the field, and that just only happens at Dodger Stadium. That makes the Dodger fans happy. Love those beach ball delays.
No beach balls.
Oh, he just challenged him right down Broadway to get ahead 0-1. That looked like Kemp was taken all the way right there, representing the tie and run.
Not a good idea against a man with his stuff. Hitless in his last 10 at bats with runners in scoring position. Into right field. Justin comes out. There's a base hit. It's bobbled by Justin. Furcal will move up. Kemp gets it done. It's a 4-2 game. Well, that string is over. But the 8th inning string just continues for opposing batters against the Diamondbacks. Goodness.
That's going to be all for Blaine Boyer. The one hopper. Justin just takes his eye off of it. Furcal will go an extra 90 feet. Justin will get an error. Blaine Boyer will leave. And Daniel Slareth going to come on to face Andre Ethier. How about that 8th inning, Darren?
I'm not a fan. If we can just get right to the 9th, please.
Now, welcome back. Top of the 8th inning, Blaine Boyer has just been removed from the ball game. And he is responsible for that man, Rafael Furcal, on third base, and that man, Matt Kemp, on first base. And he is going to turn it over with 2 outs in the 8th to Daniel Schlereth, the rookie left-hander. He's coming on to face Andre Ethier. He of 93 RBIs this year for the Dodgers.
Call it, Gracie. Let's shake it up. You call it.
You got the color. I got the play-by-play. Fastball, strike 1. Taken all the way was Andre Ethier.
Last 3 outings for Schlereth, he has been unscored upon. Who can forget getting Manny Ramirez at Dodger Stadium on 3 pitches on a strikeout?
Now that's enough out of you, Darren. Schlereth to the belt. Kicks and fires.
Get through that!
Oh, that didn't work.
Into center field and an RBI. We tried.
We tried to shake it up here in the 8th inning, folks. That didn't work. 4-3.
Well, now
ball wasn't hit hard, but right in the perfect spot.
So despite getting Manny in Los Angeles, striking him out on 3 pitches, you don't want to push your luck. Esperling Vasquez. Kick those training wheels off, young man. Over the plate, a chopper found the hole. You can see what has gone on in the 8th inning this year. Just a black hole for Diamondbacks relief pitchers. Now Joe Torre knows that he has Manny Ramirez with an opportunity to tie this ball game up, or worse, give the Dodgers the lead. 6 for his last 34 with runners in scoring position. A 176 clip as he faces Esperling Vasquez. Runners on 1st and 3rd. Change up outside.
And if you're going to pitch carefully to Manny Ramirez, which I would imagine Esperling Vasquez is going to do, Miguel Montero has to be a wall behind home plate. Nothing can get by him.
1 for 1, hit by a pitch against Vasquez. Fastball is low, 2-0 the count. Manny, in the last 2 seasons, has been much better against righties than lefties. 330 against righties, 295 against lefties. Last 2 seasons combined. On base plus slugging much lower against lefties.
Be careful here. Just below the kneecaps, ball 3. Nobody up in the Diamondback bullpen anymore. This is Vasquez's inning. Trial by fire, Mr. Sutton.
The 3-0. Ball 4. So Manny patiently getting used to taking walks, more so really than ever early in his career. Manny Ramirez has walked 100 times only once in his career, and that's in 2006 in Boston. Now James Loney. Vasquez, talk about reverse splits as we like to look at stats in baseball. He has handled left-handers well this year because of the great changeup and the fastball that runs away. He faces a lefty here. Ian, 1-0 the count. That was a changeup. He pulled that one with him.
Well, since he's come into the ball game, he's thrown 5 straight wide ones. Well, if you're Billy Buckner, you're just hating what you're seeing. But unfortunately, Billy Buckner joining a long list of Diamondback starters that have had to really suffer through the 8th inning this season for the Diamondbacks.
Yep. Ethier, Manny. Bases full of Los Angeles Dodgers. Sliced in the left field. It's a base hit. 1 run is in. We've got a tie ball game. Loney with 79 RBIs this year. 4-4.
Nice piece of hitting right there from James Loney. Took a fastball down and just drove it into left field for the base hit. Another meeting. Esselin Vasquez, Blaine Boyer, Daniel Schlereth. Run what was a fabulous outing from Billy Buckner. That's a shame.
And the 8th inning strikes again. They hate it in Denver. They hate it in San Francisco.
But that's why they're in first place. They find a way to attack you. And the Diamondback bullpen, boy, just can't come up with the words for the 8th inning.
0-1 the count to Ronnie Belliard. The top. Vasquez falls. Everybody's set. Dodgers lead.
A 4-run 8th for the Dodgers. All of this with 2 out and 1 man on. 5 straight singles. Make it 6 straight singles for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Orlando Hudson, who started the inning by grounding out, he's up again. So an opportunity to really kick the Diamondbacks in the teeth.
Fly ball center field. Going back when it is Cristiano. He is there. And he makes the play for the out. The Dodgers score 4 in the 8th inning. our Nova Home Loans in-game box score as we welcome you back. Stephen Drew, Gerardo Parra pitching in. Of course, RBIs by Reynolds and Upton early on with sac flies, but Billy Buckner 2 for 3, a double, a single, 2 RBIs. He pitched his tail off, and let's hope he has a team win to show for it. He won't have a win, as it gets tough now. You start opening up that bullpen and some arms start trotting out of there. Let's go with Hong Chi Kuo, who is healthy again. And when healthy, when right, he may be kind of under the radar, one of the best left-handed relievers in the game.
I agree with you. Hard thrower. He's had multiple arm surgeries, multiple major arm surgeries, yet still throws in the mid-90s. Tough to square up. Stunned silence here.
Well, certainly for the home team and their fans, there's no doubt about it. Fastball is away, 1-0 the count. Yeah, again on the disabled list, 60-day DL. Came off in late July after missing 3 months with a sore left elbow. Well, when I think of Kuo, and let's hope it changes for the Diamondbacks, I think of when guys make contact, Gracie, and you'll explain to the viewers what I mean, it's just never a good sound.
Rarely.
Just a thud.
Yeah, as I said, he's tough to square up. He throws from a kind of a side angle. Yeah, he squared that one up, didn't he, Montero, on a 2-0 pitch?
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Keep making me look bad, boys. I like it. And a single by Montero. And Miguel tonight, couple of hits and a walk. Let's listen.
That one made a pretty good sound.
If he tries to pull that pitch, it doesn't make that good sound.
Now we're going to get a pinch runner.
Trent Olchin is back in the big leagues.
Miguel Montero after another good day with the bat. As you said, a couple of hits and 3 official at-bats. So speed representing the tying run here for the Diamondbacks, and Chris Young going to get his chance against Hong Chi Kuo.
Chris 0 for 3. 1-0 the count.
4 homers in the last 2 games. He was thinking bunt.
Ronnie Belair was right there with him, breathing down his neck. Are they looking to sack bunt here?
I'd be very surprised.
Ronnie's looking for it. Belliard at third. He squares the bunt. Takes a strike. 1-1 the count. Eric Burns waits on deck.
Let's see if they take the bunt off.
Nope. Push bunt. This will be an easy play. They just get Young and they move the runner up. So let's see if this catches in as a run. A sack bunt there for Young.
And he only had 6 outs left and he just gave him 1. Nicely done there by Chris Young. He did what he was told to do. Drops a nice bunt there. Loney sees with the speed of Olchin that he didn't have a play at second. So he barely got Chris Young at first base, but he did nonetheless.
Ronnie Belliard, where do you want me? Where do you want me here for Eric Burns?
Hello? Joe? Mr. Torrey?
He's still trying to figure it out. Too late, Ronnie. Just find a spot and get ready to play some D. Burns on the ground. Sets, fires, and throws him out. So first pitch swinging. Burns is erased. The runner moves up to third. And now another pinch hitter in Ryan Roberts. Roberts has had great success against left-handers this year, but again, this is a tough left-hander to deal with. We learned the key to the success for Miguel Montero. Don't attempt to pull it. .286, .313 against lefties. Low, 1-0 the count. Now that one back.
What a big swing. He got a fastball right down the middle. Fouled it straight back, had a good rip at it.
Ryan 6 for his last 14 with runners in scoring position. There's that sound that I was telling you about earlier.
He got the 95 in the middle of the plate again. That time he was tardy.
This is the sound that you don't like. Just a thud. Padres managed to tie things up in Frisco. 3-3 there. San Diego and Frisco. The 1-2.
Well, somehow.
We just said the same thing.
Somehow he was able to fight that one off. That was a fastball with some teeth biting in on the hands. As you said, and we said, somehow.
One and two, the count. That tying run remains at third in the form of Trent Olchen. And another somehow. And a great take.
You can see just how hard Hung-Chi Kuo throws. Kind of throws from across his body. I'm sure that's why his arm has had so many surgeries, because his mechanics, well, they're such that he's going to hurt his arm throwing across his body. But boy, when he's healthy, he can bring it.
Well, hanging around. The odds are stacked against you when you face a guy like this with his stuff and his success. But if you keep giving yourself chances, you never know. Eric went after the first pitch he saw, unable to find a hole. Don Hester getting stretched. The Stanford product looks like he will catch. The seventh pitch of the at-bat as his mates look on, about to come home. 2-2. In. 3-2. Oohs and ahs around the house. Well, he shook him off a couple of times. Start over. He said fastball away, no. Fastball away, and I said no. And then he asked for fastball in. Let's start over. Yeah, fastball away. A little cat and mouse game there. Ground ball. Ronnie Belliard stuck with it. Where do you want me to play, Skip? Well, just play where you can make the play, Ronnie Belliard.
up as well. They can come in and take a look at that instantly. Because it's digitized and as I'm charting it live, it'll go down there. But the big thing about it is because I have more than one angle, we can now get a good look at, for instance, par here, open side. We can also get a look at our base runner here. How's his lead? Well, let's say he takes off right now. What's his first move look like? Is he getting a good first move? What's his secondary look like? Is he getting out the bag real well? That's the benefit of having these multiple angles.
We will also hear from A.J. Hinch during the ball game. Pitching coach Mel Stottlemyre Jr. during the ball game. Gracie and I will be doing our open from a unique spot behind the scenes. Todd Walsh will bring us on the air. All part of going behind the scenes, baseball behind the scenes. As Clay Zavada takes over. Oh, and 1 the count to Russell Martin. Chet Tracy is now at first. Ryan Roberts is now at second. John Hester is catching as that one runs in. There's Big John. His counterpart, the catcher for the Dodgers, Russell Martin, takes a pitch high. 2-1 the count. Touching on it earlier, why Martin might wear down each and every year. 395 games started since 07. Jason Kendall still number 2 at 392. Ryan McCann is third on that list, and Benji Molina fourth. And games started in baseball, not just in the National League, but in baseball. But Russell Martin number 1. That'll wear you down. Here's Juan Pierre. One and 0 the count. More stolen bases than anyone in the new millennium. And a work ethic that's hard to explain. Always has been. To the same school that produced, as you see the numbers for Clay Zavada, the Streator, Illinois native. Pierre went to the same school that produced Luis Gonzalez, South Alabama.
South Alabama. 3-0 on Juan Pierre. There's a strike.
Juan doesn't walk much. Tough to walk.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that doesn't strike out much, doesn't walk much. Likes to swing it. Yeah. Clay Zavada said, nah, I'll walk you.
Well, just another game in the big leagues where Juan Pierre is on.
Disrupting things. That's what he does.
Just a regular occurrence, isn't it? The career he's had.
I remember playing against him when he was with the Rockies. It's what he did.
200 hits 1, 2, 3, 4 times. 100 runs scored 3 times. 454 career stolen bases. 301 career hitter.
I just remember lots of times having to hold him on. You again? Yeah, me again, Gracie. But he wasn't there for long. He usually stole the base within the first 2 pitches.
0-1 the count. So you head into the trenches of October. You have Juan Pierre on your bench and Jim Thome.
Mark Loretta. Casey Blake. Doug Mitkiewicz.
There he is, Gracie.
Jim Thome. That's my guy.
No, really? Why is he your guy?
Well, because he's a future Hall of Famer.
Well, there you go.
I'm a front runner. But you might not find a nicer man in the game of baseball.
Oh, they've got one picked off if they can convert, and they do. Clay Zavada. At first base, Chad Tracy said, like you did, oh, it's you again. Clay Zavada said, I don't want you out there. Caught stealing for the 154th time in his career.
Nicely done by Zavada. Tracy and Stephen Drew just putting his nose right down in there and making the tag.
Off the end of the bat for Call, trying to pull a pitch away. Got a change up and hit it down, way down off the end. So for Call is on. And now Matt Kemp. You know how we like to just kind of speak openly here. We just bring things out to the forefront. When you get a chance, Clay was, I know you'd gone down before the game and missed Clay. He was looking for you. He just wants you to sign a few bats for him and stuff.
Okay.
Just thought I'd pass that along.
No problem.
He's a fan.
Well, I'm a fan.
The Cubs fan, right? Wasn't he?
He was.
I mean, back when you played.
Hated the White Sox.
Hated him?
Yeah.
Streeter, Illinois. He's trying to play Streeter as he fires the strike. He was saying it's more, almost a little more south of Wisconsin. If you go that way as far as you can go in Illinois.
Yeah, it's central Illinois.
Okay.
You know where Peru, Illinois is?
I don't. I know where Peru, the country, is.
Yeah, it's that. Well, it's not in South America. Streeter's not in South America.
Change up. Boy, did he have Kemp in between there.
But it is south of Chicago, near Peru.
So it isn't South America.
No Mayan ruins. It's not Mayan.
It's good for Clay. He can now converse with his teammates of all cultures, those from around the world. The 0-2. Pitch is high, 1-2 the count. You see, a lot of time I'm the one digging up the bio stuff. I appreciate you bringing that.
No problem. Oh, talk on it. Sometimes these guys just make us a little edgy.
One and two. Another changeup. When that pitch is right, he gets the most awkward swings against it.
It's a good changeup. It's a different type of changeup. He kind of throws it 3/4 and yanks it.
Drives him back to the bag. Clay had a sub-2 ERA at the end of July. And since then, in 13 appearances, he's given up 9 earned runs in 14 2/3 innings. It's been a tougher go of it for him. The 1-2. Fastball in. Kemp didn't miss that one by much. Kemp with that RBI single in the 8th inning. That snapped a skid in which he was 2 for 26.
But in the 8th inning, anything can happen.
Oh, my goodness. The 1-2. Buried the fastball in. All those change up, a couple of fastballs in. We'll see what happens in the bottom of the ninth for the Diamondbacks. Big Jonathan Broxton ready to lock in. He's always a story when he can make the play, but usually with the big fella on the mound, none of the defenders get a chance to play along. This is a strikeout relief pitcher, number 1 in the game. Look at that. He's thrown 66 and 2/3 innings, closer Jonathan Broxton, and he struck out 101. For perspective, his teammate and former Diamondback John Garland in 174 and 2/3 innings. Compared to Broxton's 101 strikeouts, John has struck out 89.
Goodness.
And it's not to be critical of Garland. There he is. He got just enough to get strikeout number 100 yesterday. He needs all major league relievers. There are 92 starters in the major leagues with enough innings to qualify for the ERA title, and Broxton has more strikeouts than 25 of the 92.
So what you're trying to say, and I'm going to try to read through.
Just simplify a bit.
Yes. Jonathan Broxton is a strikeout pitcher. Strikes out a lot of batters.
On occasion, he
there
does.
You go. So it doesn't take me long to figure this stuff out.
He faces Alex Romero, slap hitter, and that fastball in just jumps at the plate. 1-0 the count. Last 13 outings for Broxton, 14 innings, no earned runs, 23 strikeouts. Let me know if you want more good news.
I'd rather you not.
Outside, 2-0 the count.
Come on, give me some more, Darren.
Well, if you want some good news, on the 15th day of August, the Diamondbacks touched him up.
Yeah, that's true.
He blew one.
Back-to-back home runs.
You bet.
From Reynolds and Montero.
The 2-0. Low. 3-0 the count.
Well, the good news for Alex Romero is he can't be a strikeout victim if Jonathan Broxton doesn't throw him any strikes. 3-0 here, looking to make a little noise, a little leadoff walk, speed, make the Dodgers squirm a little bit. Strike one.
Alex is 5 for 16 as a pinch hitter. That's a .313 clip. He's done a nice job in this opportunity. Speaking of opportunities, Broxton has saved 8 in a row since that blown save here. The 3-1. Outside corner.
Beautiful pitch. 97 miles an hour on the outside corner. Oh, they say, but it was a good pitch. What do you think, Darren? That's a strike.
Tailed right over the outside. It's a pitcher's pitch, and it's unhittable, but he made his pitch. 3-2. Bouncing ball out to Orlando Hudson.
Nice job of coming back from the 3-0 count to retire Romero. Not a strikeout, but I don't think he really cares.
One base runner is what you're looking for. One base runner will give you a shot at Justin Upton hitting. Stevens singled, otherwise 0 for 3 to follow that. 1 of 4 on the evening with a run scored. Fastball low, 98 miles an hour. Some nice history there on the side of Stephen Drew. The big fella. That one is fouled back.
Steven got his pitch, took a good rip at it, came up empty.
6 feet 4 inches tall, Broxton. Born June 16th, 1984 in Augusta, Georgia. 290 pounder.
To me, he looks like he's about a biscuit away from 320. Big boy.
A big athlete, too. Handles himself just fine. Dangles that arm. Like your old teammate, the late Rod Beck.
Shooter.
The 1-1.
Gas, 99. I don't think he could hit the C note here, do you?
Oh, I think he could.
Whoa.
The 1-2. 100 miles an hour. He just hit the C note, as you said.
That's unfair. Steven Drew is a terrific hitter, and he just got overmatched by this big fella. I mean, there ain't many folks alive who hit that one down. Golly, that's impressive. Big Jonathan Broxton. Gerardo Parra may want to start swinging right about now.
Gerardo struck out, lined out, doubled and scored. Martin not quite sure if he caught that ball. Justin waits on deck. One and one. Tried to frame it up. He got 99 miles an hour, 2-1 the count. Dan Herron tomorrow against his old teammate John Garland.
As you like to call him, the enemy.
That one is low, 3-1 the count. Doesn't wear a Diamondbacks uniform anymore. You know, a young ninth grader, a loyal fan. Keep your friends close. Keep John Garland closer. 3-1. Looking for a base runner. Give Upton a chance. Bouncing ball. There's your base runner. Upton will get his chance. Nice job by Parra, Gracie. I'm telling you.
Exactly, Darren. That kid can hit. And that kid is Gerardo Parra. And he's just now learning. I'm very impressed. If you show me, Darren, that you can hit a high 90s fastball, you're way ahead of the game. And now this is what we paid for right here, Darren. This is what the folks paid for. A matchup of one of the most talented young closers in the game and one of the most talented young hitters in the game. This is power on power, and this is what it's all about. These kind of matchups with the game on the line.
5-4 the score. Here is Justin Upton. 2-for-9 with a double in his career against Broxton. And the fastball is poured in there. 1-0-1 the count.
Looks like he was taken all the way there. Got the fastball.
The 0-1. Slider.
First slider of the inning. That one was 89 miles an hour. That's just disgusting, Jonathan.
That's sick.
That's so unfair.
Outfield obviously very deep. No doubles defense. Trying to keep everything in front of them. And the Georgia boy pours it in there. Justin fouls it off. Couldn't uncoil quick enough.
He just lets it fly right down Broadway at 97 miles an hour. And you can see Justin took a good rip at it, but he was targeted.
They go back. He threw him that slider for a ball, but he threw him that slider. Now that at least exists in the back of the mind for Upton. Broxton has wide open opportunities just by showing it to him. The 1-2. Bouncing ball. Broxton is there. Big fella goes up the ladder just fine. Upton races through the bag, and he is retired to end the ball game. A tough one for the Diamondbacks tonight. They had a nice, comfortable lead, a 4-1 lead heading into the 8th inning. They give up 4. They lose it 5-4. Colorado beat Cincinnati 3-1. San Diego and San Francisco tied at 3 in the 8th inning. Here tonight, tough news for the Diamondbacks. Let's talk about it on our post-game show that starts right now.